Alright, so hi. I decided to start vlogging a couple of weeks ago. Haven't really gotten around to starting doing it, so here we go. I just kind of want to start doing vlogs, so when the baby's here, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm 20 weeks along, I'm 20 weeks pregnant, and I have family that's not very close, friends and family that aren't very close, and I feel like this would be a great way for them to go along on my pregnancy journey, and also, you know, when the baby's here, so my family can see him grow up and all of that. So that's why I decided to vlog. I also think it's a great way to have memories later. Once, you know, the baby's all grown up, we can go back and look at this, and it's like kind of like home videos in a way. I don't think I'm gonna daily vlog. I think that's a lot of work and my life isn't as interesting, I feel like, for daily vlogging. But I will, I guess, try to do like a weekly kind of vlog thing. Wanted to start doing this as soon as I found out I was pregnant and all of that, but to be honest with you, my pregnancy has been pretty uneventful, thank God. Didn't really have a lot of energy for the first few months. Did a lot of laying around on the couch, to work and all that stuff, but I really didn't feel like doing much. Was barely doing my makeup, barely doing my hair, any of that. So I guess that's also why I didn't want to vlog, because I didn't really want to do anything. But now that I'm 5 months along, I feel like I'm getting to go back to my old self slightly. So I decided that it was time to start vlogging because I did start showing, I don't know if you can tell. Pretty much as of now, 5 months in, top thing that's happened was the fatigue. I was really tired. Not so that anymore. Do get really tired really easily, but not like I was before. Like I really didn't feel like moving from the couch at all. Heartburn has been kind of my best friend. My best friend actually is Tums, depending on those so much. I have to take them almost every night before I go to sleep. Just can't stay asleep. I'll wake up in the middle of the night with like terrible heartburn and stuff like that. So I've been watching what I eat. I don't think it's what I'm eating. I just think it's just heartburn. Maybe the baby has a lot of hair. I don't know. Spring is also kicking into gear, so my allergies are very entertaining, very fun. What else can I talk about? And then I've had what seems like cramps. It seems like I have my period, but obviously I don't. It's just, I guess, round ligament pain is what my research has called it. Also my apps. I have like 5 pregnancy apps. I'm that person. And then they all talk about round ligament pain, and then you might feel like, you know, your sides hurt and stuff like that, but it's really just the baby growing and your body adjusting and stretching and moving everything inside of you to accommodate the human that's growing in there. It's crazy. It's really miraculous. I appreciate it so much. Every day I look at myself in the mirror and I look at all the changes and I kind of talk about what's different. And I'm sure Martin is kind of annoyed at this point of me talking about it. But it's just exciting. It's exciting for me. I didn't really think that it would be so easy for me to get pregnant. I didn't think that it was going to go this smoothly. Everybody always said, and everybody always thought that I was going to be a nightmare when I got pregnant, just because if there's anything absolutely wrong with me, you will know about it. I'm such a verbal person, so I will complain and I will talk about it. Not necessarily that I can't handle pain. I find that I have a high pain threshold, but I'm just very verbal with what I feel. So everybody was always saying that I was going to be a horrible pregnant lady, but I have honestly, in my opinion, have not been. It's gone pretty smoothly for me, thank God. I didn't throw up once. Let me knock on wood about that. I haven't thrown up once, didn't have morning sickness. The only time that I really felt like nausea and morning sickness and kind of like that weird feeling in your stomach was the week that I found out. Felt that way for about 2 days. Thought I caught like some sort of flu or some sort of virus that was going around at work. And I really did think that it was just I was sick and didn't really feel like eating. Felt like throwing up. And it's weird for me to feel like that. I mean, every time I get sick, it's always my respiratory system, my nose, my throat, all that stuff, because that's the weakest part of my body, I feel, because of my allergies and stuff. And because I had asthma, so that too. But this time it was my stomach, and it was super strange for me. And one morning, Martin made me coffee, and I couldn't drink it. Literally couldn't drink my coffee. And then that's when we were like, that's weird. And Martin's like, you should take a pregnancy test. And I did miss a period, I should clarify, but I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. I guess I should have started there, huh? I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which means I don't ovulate regularly, therefore I don't have regular periods. However, I was on birth control, and that does regulate your period, and it makes you have a regular one every month. But it's not the first time that I've been on the pill and missed a period. It's happened before several times, so I wasn't alarmed. I didn't think that I was pregnant because, like I said, it has happened before. I just didn't really think I was pregnant. Didn't think it'd be that easy. Because I don't ovulate regularly, obviously you're gonna have more trouble conceiving. Obviously it's gonna be harder for you to, you know, find the optimum time for you to get pregnant. So I think I was gonna actually have to try to get pregnant and not just like, hey, surprise, you have a baby. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I went to work and talked to my coworkers about my symptoms and what I felt, and I also felt really, really tired and really emotional. Just felt depressed and sad, but like, I'm not talking like normal. It was like a pit of depression that I've never really feel. It was really strange. I just felt really hormonal. I told all this to my coworkers, and they're like, girl, you should take a pregnancy test. So to get everybody off my back, I agreed, and I was like, sure, I'll take the freaking pregnancy test. To get you guys off my back, I will take it. So that was on a Thursday. So Friday morning, I wake up early, right before I go to work, and at that point I was working at Sephora and at Outback. So I was working 2 jobs, which was also why I thought I was tired. I just thought I was, you know, my 2 jobs were, you know, kicking the crap out of me, and that's why I was so tired all the time. I woke up for Sephora. It was around 9 in the morning. They say the first pee is more accurate, but you can take it whenever. But I decided to wait till the next morning just to make it like absolutely accurate. And woke up that Friday morning, peed on the stick, and I had one of those clear blue digital ones that are really like hardcore, like advanced, and brushed my teeth while I was waiting. And I go back over there, I'm like, oh, let me go look at my negative pregnancy test. And as I walk over there, freaking positive. And that test also estimated like how far along I was, and I like look at it and it said pregnant, and it said +3, which means I was more than 3 weeks pregnant. And I just could not believe it. I stared at it for the longest time. Actually, it said +4. Yeah, it said +4. So it meant that I was more than 4 weeks pregnant. So I was like, so he's like, what do you want to do? And I was like, can you go buy more? And he's like, where? And I was like, just go to the dollar store and buy a bunch from the dollar store. And then I'll take all of them, and they can't all be wrong. So he gets up, gets dressed, and doesn't even brush his teeth. He just heads to the dollar store, and we have one like right down the street from our house. So he goes to the dollar store, comes back with 7 pregnancy tests and an ovulation test, which I thought was hilarious. I'm like, babe, if I'm pregnant, we don't need an ovulation test. Like, why did you buy an ovulation test? It was so funny. So then I took 4. I took 4 of the ones that he brought from the dollar store, and obviously they were all positive, and I just could not believe it. At this point, I still couldn't believe it. 5 tests in, I just couldn't wrap my head around it. I was like, there's no way I'm pregnant. And I just couldn't believe that it was gonna be that easy. You know, I always thought that I was gonna have to, you know, try, get off my pills, do some sort of fertility pills, treatments, whatever. I just didn't think it was gonna happen like that. So I went to work, and I was still feeling sick, still not really there. And one of my managers, she knew that I wasn't feeling well because it had been going on for about 3 days then. And we were really slow at Sephora, and she goes, do you want to go home? Because, you know, she saw that I was miserable, that I didn't feel well. And obviously I had just had the positive pregnancy test. I was not really there, and I guess she could tell. So she said, do you want to go home? Like, we're really slow. We don't need this many people on. And since you don't feel well, like, I'll let you go. And so I was super thankful for that. So I left Sephora, and headed straight to Martin's job, which is really, really close to where Sephora is. I literally don't even have to leave the parking lot. It's within the same plaza. And I went to Martin's job and I was like, they sent me home. He's like, oh my gosh. So then I went around trying to get the pregnancy confirmed, trying to get a doctor's appointment. So doctor's appointment was gonna take forever. I just wanted to have it confirmed. I wanted to go somewhere and have them do like a blood test and have them confirm that I was pregnant. What I actually found was like this kind of women's place that does a pregnancy test, and then they kind of do an ultrasound, but like one of those like really like, you know, not really thorough ones, just to confirm that you are pregnant. Like I don't think she's a technician or anything. She just kind of confirms that you are. So she asked me when my last period was, and I told her, and she's like, I think you should be about maybe 7 weeks along, and we might be able to catch the baby on an ultrasound, so we'll do it tomorrow. And the best thing about this was that it was free. Like I didn't have to pay anything. I was like, sure, I made an appointment. So that was on Friday. So for the next day at 9:30 in the morning, we made that appointment. So wake up the next day at Saturday. On Saturday, go straight there. At this point, we're driving to the appointment, and Martin, he said something like, oh my gosh, we're gonna see the baby or something like that. And I said, I still don't believe it. I was still in denial. I was like, I still don't believe it. I don't think that I'm really pregnant. And he's like, what do you mean? Like, you took all those tests. Like, of course you're pregnant. And I was like, I don't believe it, and I'm not gonna believe it until I see the ultrasound and I see like literally a baby in there, because I just was in denial, guys. I just couldn't believe it. So we go there, the lady sees me, she asks me a bunch of questions, she makes me pee on a stick, and as soon as she like put the she didn't make me pee on a stick, I peed in a cup, and then she kind of took a Doppler thingy and then put it on the stick right in front of me. And then she didn't even set it down. She was holding it and talking to me, like waving it around. I'm like, lady, you're supposed to lay it down flat, and you know, like how the instructions tell you to do. And she was just talking to me. She's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this and that. And she was like explaining to me what that ultrasound is gonna be. She was already so sure that I was pregnant, because she says it's really rare to get a positive pregnancy test. Like they're super, super rare. And especially I had taken so many and they were all positive that it was obvious to her that I was. Not obvious to me though, because I was in denial. As soon as she was talking, she's like, yep, sure enough, you're pregnant. And the lines weren't all there yet, but the fact that there was like the first line was tracing, she said, that meant I was. And I was like, okay, well, you obviously know more than me, you work here. So she's like, okay, let's go do your ultrasound. Just the one where they squirt the stuff on your belly and just put the thing on there. And as soon as she plopped the thing down, sure enough, I saw it. I mean, I've never been pregnant before, but I have gone with other people when they've been pregnant, seen plenty of ultrasounds, so I know what it looks like. And as soon as she plopped it down on there, I saw on the screen, and it was no words can describe. Like, it was crazy. Like, you could see the sac all formed, the little dot, and the heart just going away, just blinking. It was so exciting. And that point, I was like, yep, I'm pregnant. Like, it was crazy that it took me, you know, like all that. I just really didn't think that it was gonna be that easy for me. And it's just, I don't know. it was hard for me to believe it, but thank God, you know, it's a blessing. It's a blessing from God, and we didn't plan it. It's a surprise. I won't say that we're not ready, because I feel like we could have been a little bit more financially ready, of course, but I don't think anybody's ever really ready for a baby. But me and Martin, as like our relationship and all of that, we were ready for it. We are prepared. I'm definitely ready for it. I've been prepared. I've been wanting a baby, but we decided to hold off, and we decided to wait because, you know, we wanted to be more financially ready. We want Martin to finish his schooling. We want him to, you know, there's plans, there's things that need to be done, or that needed to be done before we started planning a baby. But obviously those plans are just plans now. Just the baby's tagging along with us, and that's fine. If God decided it was time now, then it was time now. I completely accept his plan and the way that God wants to do things. I'm completely okay with it, and I'm super duper excited. So is Martin. It took him a little bit. He was super scared at first, super anxious. Now we're okay with it. I kind of wanted just to do a little background to explain a little more. We've been to the doctor twice now. We found out mid-January, by the way. And I had an appointment February 8th, and they confirmed the pregnancy at the OBGYNs. So they did another ultrasound. She did both. She did like inside and the outside. She actually told me that I was a week ahead of what they had kind of estimated at the women's clinic place. Like I said, she's not a doctor, that lady that saw me there. So she couldn't really, you know, she estimated something because of my last period and all that, but she couldn't really tell me like exactly when. It makes sense because this is what the doctor said too. Because we don't know specifically when I got pregnant, because I got pregnant on the pill, so that means we don't really know when I got pregnant. That's why they couldn't really pinpoint. But looking at the baby's growth on February 8th, they said that I was actually 11 weeks along and not 10 weeks along, as I thought then. So baby is due August 26th. So at this point, I am 20 weeks and 2 days along. Tomorrow, we're going to have our third appointment, and they're going to do the 20-week ultrasound on the baby, which they call the anatomy ultrasound or the anatomy scan. We did find out on our last visit that it was a boy. I had planned on doing that whole gender reveal thing. I wanted them to put it in an envelope, and then my friend was going to do like we're going to do a gender reveal party and all that stuff. But to be honest with you, I just could not wait. I just needed to know what this baby was now. Like, I'm such a control freak, and it's really, really bad sometimes, but I just really, really needed to know what the baby was for me in my head, to be prepared, to start picking names, to start thinking about the nursery and all that stuff. I'm really like that. Maybe next time for the next baby, I'll do all the cute stuff, gender reveal, but with this baby, I just couldn't wait. So my last one, I was 17 weeks along. Everything looks great. She said everything's progressing perfect. They did the Down syndrome testing. They took like 6 tubes of blood from me, and then that came back negative, thank God. So they've done those 2 tests. They've done a bunch of tests so far, but they did like double rounds of Down syndrome testing on the baby. They also measured like the back of his neck and stuff on that first ultrasound. And then this time around, they just kind of looked at his growth, and everything looked great. But then tomorrow, he's going to be a little bigger. He's going to be 20 weeks. I can't believe I'm halfway there. It's crazy to think about. They're just going to look at all his parts, make sure that his heart has all 4 chambers. Chambers? Don't know if I'm saying that right. Okay. Like the growth in like his fingers, his legs, everything, his toes, his head. I think they can see like his liver and stuff, which is crazy. So they're going to look at all of him, make sure he's, you know, growing like he should be. I'm a little nervous, but I'm super excited to see him. Like, you know, I saw him last time. He was a fully formed baby, but now he's going to be even bigger. Hopefully he'll let us get a profile picture. Last time she could only literally get, I'll show you right now. Last time she could only literally get his penis because he would not let her get a shot of his face. Like, it was ridiculous. So this is the picture that she got last time. And it's literally just his pee-pee. And she wrote, "I'm a boy." Yeah, so tomorrow we'll get to see. Hopefully, she needs to tell me again that it's a boy. I need to make sure. I'm that annoying person. I'm like, can you just triple double check? She might hate me, but whatever. We can't vlog in there. I tried to vlog when she told us it was a boy, but she told us we couldn't record. We couldn't do any of that in there, which I think is stupid. I'll try to vlog like when we're on the way there, or when we're on the way out and all that, and then let you know like how that went. Show you pictures. Hopefully we can get like a profile picture of him because he was moving around. And then she kind of was trying to get him, and he was just sitting in a way that she couldn't really angle it to get a picture of him like that. So all we got was his pee-pee. Great. So I just wanted to show you a picture, not a picture, but a shot of my belly. So this is what it looks like from the side. So I'm showing. You can tell now. It's a belly. I had some soup a little bit ago, so it might also be a little bit of a food baby. But it's funny because my belly is actually kind of making my butt look smaller. Which I'm okay with because my butt has always been so big. But that's without it. So I have found that he likes to live on this side of my belly. So I don't know if you can tell, but from the right angle, my belly looks bigger, I feel like, and that's because he's always just sitting right here on this side of my stomach or my body or whatever. So I did take out my belly button ring, and my belly button looks disgusting. So it just kind of looks gross to me because of where my belly button ring used to be, but whatever. And my belly button, it used to be like really in there. I'll try to insert a picture here somewhere of my belly button before, but it's now like really splayed out. And then as obviously you can see that line, and it literally goes all the way down there. I don't know if that's TMI, but it literally goes all the way down. It's funny. There it is, 20 weeks. So because of my polycystic ovarian syndrome, or my PCOS, they want to do the glucose testing on me early. They want to do it now, and they're also going to do it later, because when you have polycystic ovarian syndrome, you are more prone to getting gestational diabetes, and also diabetes in general. Like, you don't process sugar, but women that don't have PCOS process sugar. So that's why having PCOS makes you have issues with weight. You gain weight. That's how I found out that I had it. I just was gaining weight for no reason. Eating habits were the same. I was still being active, all those things, and I just gained a lot of weight, and I didn't understand what it was. At first I thought it was my thyroid, and then we found out that it was my ovaries. So that's why for the past 4 years I've kind of struggled with my weight, because PCOS makes it hard for you to lose weight. So gonna have to drink the yucky orange stuff tomorrow for the glucose test. I'm not looking forward to that, but whatever, to make sure that I'm healthy and so is the baby. Then I'm also gonna see the doctor. So it's like a really thorough visit tomorrow. I get the sonogram, which is probably gonna be around 40 to 45 minutes, they said. Then I think they're gonna do the glucose test first, so they're gonna have me drink that sugary, yucky stuff, and then I'm gonna have the sonogram, and then at some point they'll draw blood after, I think, and then I get to see the doctor or something like that. But I get all 3 things tomorrow, which should be very fun. Hopefully I'll have lots to talk about, which is why I wanted to kind of start vlogging today and kind of giving you a little bit of background and talking about it. And then tomorrow, hopefully I'll have great things to talk about and nothing scary. I really hope I have nothing scary to talk about. Martin's probably gonna be home in a little bit, and I haven't made food yet. I had some soup from this Hispanic place that's close by. I don't like this stuff. It's not potato, it's something else. I think it's yam. And I really don't like it, but I love soup. I've just been really into soup. I've always liked soup. I've always loved soup, actually. With the pregnancy, like, I really love soup. Like, it's crazy for me. So I was really hungry, and I didn't feel like coming home and making food and waiting for it. So bought that soup. It was like $3.99 for like a big huge thing of it, and then I ate that. So it's pretty healthy. And then now I need to cook dinner because Martin's gonna get home and it's not done. It's not done. Hope this video isn't boring. I'll try to edit it and make it as efficient as possible. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and see you later. Bye.